everyone, and welcome to this week's weekly recap from December 16 through December 20. Let's go! Continuing with Skyward Sword, where we last stopped on the boss rush, we did the boss rush again, but this time we only did it for 4 bosses because we wanted to get that heart piece. After we did that, we went off for some Goddess Cube collecting, and together with some Goddess Chest collecting in Skyloft. After getting all the available chests we had at that moment, we went to Evoland Volcano, where we actually crashed down, and we got captured by these goblin things, and we lose all of our items. After approximately 1.5 hours of running around, getting all of our items back and whatnot, we finally get everything back, and we see the Fire Dragon, and actually he instantly gives us his part of the song, which I thought would be a lot harder because I thought, hey, we have to probably do something for him as well. But considering that was not the case, we moved our way to the Seal Temple, and we fought round 3 of the Prisoner. Wasn't that hard, because the round 2 was a lot harder for me. After that, we actually head to Farwood Woods, and we find the whole place being flooded. The Water Dragon wants us to collect all the tadpole notes that are underwater. It was pretty fun, it was a little special, but I mean, I liked it. Nonetheless, she gave us the third part of the Song of Hero. Afterwards, we went for collecting all the remaining Goddess Cubes in the area, followed by collecting all the remaining chests. After that, we went to Levias and collected the final part of the Song of the Heroes, unlocking our way to the final trial, and that's where we ended off on the Wednesdays. And then we come back on the Thursdays, starting off with the Silent Realm of Skyloft, which is probably the easiest of all of them that we got so far. But hey, after clearing it, we got our way to Skykeep, where all the Triforce pieces are. We cleared through the Skykeep pretty quickly, it wasn't that hard, I had a lot of fun. After that, we go back to the statue and we actually do prayer with the uses of the Triforce, and the temple goes crashing down all the way to the sealed temple area, where it crushes the prisoner and kills it. And so we finish our adventure, or at least we thought so. After Zelda comes out, she gets kidnapped by Girahim, and they flee into the Gate of Time. Pretty much the majority for the rest of the stream was us collecting all of the heart pieces and all the Guardian's crystals, get as much as 100% of the game as we could. Pretty much after that, we went to the Gate of Time, and we went all the way. We had to fight a huge ass horde, followed by fighting the final form of Girahim. We had no problem with him at all, and then the fight followed by Demise. Actually, it was a lot easier than I thought. We beat him and we completed the game, finally. I think I got almost everything. After looking it up, I did miss 2 battles and some other small stuff, but hey, it was a great game. As we come to the Fridays, we started a new game called Evoland 2, and this is probably going to be one of the hardest games to recap ever because there is so much stuff happening, so wish me good luck. So to start off with, we actually land up in some area where we have some 8-bit, which a lot of references already like Zelda and whatnot. After that, we actually wake up, and apparently we ended up in some 30-bit worldish look, and we get our first character. We called her Mimi. This was a little green-haired girl, which is also where it refers to Fina from, I believe, Grandia 1. So after walking around the town for a bit, we get a sword and we head off to the forest to where we were found. After a while strolling a bunch around, we got to this place where there was 3 demon-looking characters, and they summoned this forest guardian, which we had to fight because this is our first boss battle in the game. We barely had any trouble, and we also got to name our character. We called him Ryu, just from... No. We just needed a name, okay? After that, Mimi started reading his text on this thing called a Megalith, and we traveled back in time, ending up in this beautiful 8-bit world. Also later after that, we end up in a snowy mountain where we have to do a bunch of puzzles, and we actually help someone accidentally escape, and we get arrested, thrown in jail and whatnot. And we actually be able to escape the jail because the guard forgot to close the door because what the hell. Later in the jail, we also get this Beauties of a Box, which is most likely and most obviously a Metal Gear Solid reference. After we think we escape, we actually end up in the Colosseum where we unlock a third character, and just for the funs of it, we call him Bob. After that, we go into the sewers and the game changes into some 2D scrolling adventure game. But yeah, we pretty much end up later back in the town of that same prison, where we do a few little quests, help out some people in the town and whatnot. I actually get outside of the town again, and then we head to the haunted forest where we have to beat some ghosts, and we meet this guardian called Yathai. After pretty much that, we get into this town, which later gets attacked by the Imperial Wizards of the town where we escaped. And once again, we meet a Megalith, and we actually end up in the future with even more 3D drive. We again go back to the haunted forest, we do some little dungeon, and we meet Yathai again, and this time we have to fight him to become friends with him. That's where I ended up on the Fridays. So as always, coming down to the Saturdays, we continue Donkey Kong 64. We actually had a little bit of trouble in the beginning of the game because my cartridge apparently was acting up and it was doing a shit ton of glitches. Also later froze and broke my heart almost because it said my save was not there anymore. I was like, what? No, that cannot be happening. So after cleaning it a bit and doing whatnot and restarting the bunch, it actually showed my save again, and I was so freaking happy. Anyways, there we finally got started with the game, and we actually worked our way back to the first 2 levels. I pretty much 100% except for 1 banana in the second level. We actually got a lot more gold bananas than we expected, because I was aiming for the 75, but we got like 95. I mean, how good can that be? That aside, it's been a very good day after Saturdays, and we move on to Sundays. And as for Evoland 2 on the Sundays, it becomes another long day. We started off with it and we actually went to some pyramid to do some disciple training. We actually got a little reference to over 9,000. Following that up, we went to Genova, the town, talked to the people, and do all the possible side quests possible. What we did after, we had to go to the library to get information about the Stone of Time, or at least how to get the Stone of Time in our own possession. Now I found out that we had to get into the pyramid, because that's where the Stone of Time would be. We actually head up to the mountain, and we realized some flying machine, which was pretty a lot of fun, because actually we got some game that was like a mix of Epsilon together with Space Invaders. After clearing this entire game, we had to do the pyramid actually, we crashed on there, and we got another minigame reference to Street Fighter, which was also pretty cool. After that, we went to the next Magilith, and we actually get in our own time, but this time we made a new character. We call her Velma. Also, we lost Bob in the process, which was sad. After that, getting back to Genova, we learned this new card game, which was, I say, a lot like Hearthstone a bit, but hey, whatever or not, we did as much of the fighting as we could, which took quite a while actually. After that, we went for collecting all the keys that we need to collect for some kids to get into the sewers, where we later, after doing a couple of puzzles, once again meet the 3 demons from the beginning of the game. After we escape from the security that comes in after, we actually get into a Mega Man segment with including a segment boss fight that looks like Mega Man as well. Nonetheless, after that, we had to chase the 2 remaining demons to the mines, where we got into another game segment, which was a lot related to Bomberman. We once again had to fight one of the other 2 demons, and we stopped him as well, and we promised to stop the remaining demon, which name was Reno, to stop his rage. So we went to where we were told, and that was the laboratory where we do find Reno, and we find out that Reno is Bob's son, which was kind of weird, but hey. After that, we do end up fighting him, and we actually weaken him a lot, and then he goes Super Saiyan on our asses. But we still kill him in pretty much 1 or 2 tries, which was good. His energy from dying opens up the lab, and we don't go in there to explore a bit, but I didn't go too far, because that's where I called it an end of that stream. And as always, I would like to thank you guys for watching this week's weekly recap. If you liked it, feel free to give me a thumbs up. Would you like to see more? Would you want to see more? Hit up that subscribe button. If you would like to see me live sometimes, click that little Twitch icon on the left and go to my channel and follow me there to get a notification when I go live. And if you would like to see last week's recap, click on the video down below. And as always, my friends, this is Ratkanos, and I'm out. And I'll see you guys in the next recap.